What's good YouTube, it's Adam from imamusicmogul and welcome to another remake video. In this one we're going to go ahead and remake Drake's Wants and Needs featuring Lil Baby, so let's get straight to it. First things first, let's go and change our tempo to 136 beats per minute. And we're going to bring in Logic's ES2 synthesizer. And we're just going to build off of the default preset here, but let's just go ahead and draw in our pattern first. It's going to go something like this. All right, so it's gonna go something like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and chop this up over here. And let's go ahead and open up Logic's ES2 and just manipulate that sound a little bit more. So it's gonna go like this. We're gonna change our first oscillator to this sine wave here. We're gonna turn off oscillators 2 and 3 and pull up the mix to only oscillator 1. We're going to go ahead and turn up the sine level over here to about, let's say 1 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and pitch this up a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to pull down the cutoff here. I'm going to turn up the FM here from the sine wave, so we're going to pull that all the way up. Get it ringing a little bit here. And then we're just going to go ahead and pull up our attack very slightly. Pull back our decay a little bit. We're going to leave our sustain all the way up. We're going to pull down our release. Pull it up a little bit so we don't hear that click. So I'm going to pull up some detuning here. Next, let's go over to bring in a delay. We're going to go to Logic stereo delay. And we're going to bring in the preset called dual resonating. All right, next we're going to go ahead and soften up the sound. So let's go ahead and bring in Logic's chorus. It's going to be this right here. Let's just find a preset that can work. All right, so that softens up the sound right over there. Next, we got to add in some noise to the sound. So we're going to bring in Logic's Bit Crusher. That can be found under Distortion, Bit Crusher. And I'm just going to pull down the mix right here to very, very little. Next, let's go ahead and add in some space. We'll bring in Logic's reverb here. We're going to bring in this time the envelope verb or on verb. And we're just going to use the default settings that load up. All right, so there is our main sound over there. We're going to go ahead and create a new software instrument track. And we're going to bring in Logic's mellotron. Let's go to Vintage Mellotron. And we're just going to draw in some strings here. It's going to go like this. Chop that up. Next, we're just going to open up the mellotron here, and we're going to bring down the tone so it's not so bright. Bring the tone down, bring down the tape speed. Maybe we'll pull down the transpose as well, 1 octave. Next, let's go ahead and darken this up and add in some space. So we're going to go to Logic's EQ here. And let's just bring in some space with Logic's reverb. We'll bring in Logic Space Designer here. All right, so there's our main sound over there. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this over. And let's get to our drums. We're going to create a new software instrument track. And I'm going to bring in the drum kit here that I've put together for this remake. The wants and need drum kit right over here. And we can start off with the hi-hat. It goes like this. It's very simple. A straight 8th hit. All right, next let's go ahead and bring in that snare sound. It's gonna go something like this. All right, next let's go ahead and draw in that 808. And at the end of this pattern, you get a little bit of a roll or stutter. So let's go ahead and draw that in. We're gonna change our toolkit here to brush. And I think it's a 16th triplet. Let's go ahead and draw that in here. It's gonna go something like this. All right, now we just gotta push down this a couple octaves. So we really want to add in some punch on top of this 808. So we're going to go ahead and just layer it up with a kick. It's going to take the same pattern and pitch it up to where it should be. All right, next we're going to create a new software instrument track. I'm going to switch up the strings a little bit. I'm just going to push this down. Actually, I'm going to duplicate it over. We're going to bring in the same mellotron string. Except I'm going to bring up the blend here and just pull up our tone a bit. And I'm just going to bring in the same EQ and reverb here. I'm just going to copy that over. Maybe I'll pull that back a little bit so it's a little bit brighter. All right, next we got to bring in this little ear candy that happens in the background. So we're going to create a new software instrument track. And we're going to bring in Logic's Alchemy. And the preset that we want to use here can be found under leads. And it's under techno. And I'm just going to bring it in here. It's called the 5th super lead. So here it is right here. We'll just leave that as is for now. Let's go ahead and draw in that pattern. Duplicate that over. That's going to move this over as well. All right, now we're going to go ahead and open up Logic's Alchemy and just manipulate that sound a little bit. We're going to focus in on our attack here. We're going to pull it up to about 12 o'clock-ish. I'm going to pull back the cutoff as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and just bring in another chorus just to soften that up a little bit. And I'm just gonna bring in a little bit of space as well, bring in some reverb. All right, so we get this. All right, next we're gonna work on our second set of drums. So I'm just gonna duplicate over this pattern over here. And the hats and the perk sound or snare sound is the same. The only thing that changes is our 808 and kick. And it goes like this. And we gotta do same thing with the kick, so we're just gonna go ahead and move that up here. All right, then we're gonna work on the breakdown right before the verse comes back into place, or the chorus, whatever you wanna call it. So I'm gonna push this over here, and I'm gonna create a new software instrument track. And we're gonna bring in Logic's retro synth. And we're gonna bring in a pad sound. We're gonna go to synth pads, dark background, right over here. All right, so there's our chord pattern over there. Let's go ahead and just manipulate that sound a little bit. Open up Logic's retro synth, and I'm just gonna pull back the cutoff here. And that's really all I'm gonna do on that sound. Then we're going to go ahead and create a new software instrument track over here and load in once again Logic's ES2 synthesizer. We are going to work off of the default preset that loads up. And let's go ahead and draw in that pattern. All right, I think this just copies itself over. All right, next let's go ahead and just manipulate this sound here. Open up Logic's ES2 synthesizer. We're gonna leave all these oscillators in place, but we're gonna turn on unison. We're gonna pull up some detuning here with the analog knob. Maybe we'll pull up one of these oscillators up one octave. Turn on the fat, get a little bit thicker. Add in a little bit of distortion there. I'm gonna bring in some chorus as well. Next, let's go ahead and work on our attack. So we're gonna pull this up just to give it a softer sound. Pull up the decay as well. And pull down the sustain. And then we're just going to add in a little bit of space here. So we're going to go to Logic Space Designer. We're going to go to a warp space here. And we're just going to bring in the first preset here, the bomb tail preset. And then these drums just come over, these ones over here. Except the 808 pattern goes from that to that. And I believe the hi-hats are removed as well. Alright, so I quickly went ahead and arranged the beat over here, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Listen to the beat that we just put together, Drake's Wants and Needs featuring Lil Baby. Let's go. Alright, so right there is Drake's Wants and Need featuring Lil Baby. For your Logic users out there, I'm going to go ahead and save this entire session for you guys. Place it as a downloadable link in the description box below this video. For your non-Logic users out there, got your back as well. I'm going to go ahead and export all the MIDI stems, audio stems, and of course include the drum kit that you heard in this remake. You can find that entire playback sound kit below the like button as well. If you have any questions on this or just want to chat, let's go ahead and talk in the comment section below. But as usual, if you did like this video, remember thumbs up this video. It does help out the channel, and of course hit that subscribe button for more good videos like this one. I'll talk to y'all soon. Later. Peace.